Long ago, in the remote mountains of Hokkaido, Japan's northernmost region, there existed a beautiful and expansive lake, adorned by the ever-changing seasons. Animals flocked to the lake in search of its crystal-clear waters and plentiful prey. On one particular day, a young boy named Samai and a youth named Kanakamui were engaged in deep conversation near the lake. Samai, an Ainu boy, listened attentively to the tales of the hero Kanakamui. "So, what happened to the giant antlered deer?" Samai asked. Kanakamui recounted the story to him, adding action and excitement to his words. Note. Kanakamui describes his encounter with the giant antlered deer and how he was temporarily overpowered by it, but vows to capture it alive when they meet again. Upon hearing this, Samai felt disappointed, remarking, "Oh, so you were defeated after all. How boring." Kanakamui reassured him, saying, "Oh well, when we meet again, I will definitely capture it alive. You know, the great bear I fought in the past was formidable, but the giant antlered deer is even smarter and stronger." The stories between the young boy and Kanakamui seemed endless. The boy thoroughly enjoyed listening to the tales of the hero Kanakamui. Before they knew it, dusk had settled, and it was time to part ways. "Well then, Samai, take care on your way back," Kanakamui said. "Yeah, Kanakamui, see you later." The young boy made his way back to the village near the lake, while Kanakamui returned alone to his mountain dwelling. Now, the people in Samai's village made a living by fishing in the lake. However, strange and dreadful occurrences began to plague the lake. Fishermen would set out but never return, and sometimes their lifeless bodies would wash up on the shore. During this time, rumors spread among the villagers about a terrifying monster fish inhabiting the lake. On this particular day, another fisherman from the village was found washed up on the shore. "Is it Chirai's doing again?" The villagers feared this monster fish and referred to it as Chirai. The village elder contemplated how to eliminate this monster fish, knowing that if they allowed it to persist, the village would be doomed. There is no choice but to seek the assistance of Kanakamui, the elder concluded. And so, the villagers decided to ask the mountain hero Kanakamui for help in exterminating Chirai. However, when they approached Kanakamui, "Ha ha ha, well, elder, you've come to the right place. Come, let's have a drink." Ignoring the villagers' request, Kanakamui offered them alcohol. "No, I'm fine. We need to talk about Chirai. Today, another villager fell victim to it," the elder pleaded, but Kanakamui paid no attention. Instead, Kanakamui persisted in offering alcohol to the other villagers, saying, "Well, how about a drink?" "No, thanks. I'm good." "Alright, then I'll drink. Cheers." Despite the villagers' persistence, Kanakamui refused to listen to them. Desperate, the villagers implored Kanakamui, saying, "Kanakamui, please listen to our story. Please help us exterminate Chirai." As Kanakamui finished his last sip, he responded, "Ah, I hate the lake's catch. I don't want to deal with it." "What?" Then Kanakamui continued, "I've always fought against the creatures of the mountains. The mountain creatures are all strong. Even this great bear here," pointing to a bear's fur hanging on the wall, "was a formidable opponent." Kanakamui declared that only by fighting strong opponents could one be considered a true hero. Thus, he showed no interest in confronting the lake's creatures. However, several days later, while on a hunting expedition, Kanakamui happened upon the lake and spotted the giant antlered deer he had been searching for. Stealthily approaching from behind, a massive shadow rose from the lake's surface, targeting the deer. What is this?" Indeed, there was a monstrous fish present, one that had swallowed the giant antlered deer in one gulp. Around the same time, a villager managed to escape from the clutches of Chirai and reached the shore, barely alive. Chirai is a terrifying creature. It's like a monster. Undeterred, the villagers once again sought Kanakamui's help. But Kanakamui, deep in thought, pondered the encounter with the monster fish he had witnessed. So, there was such a formidable creature in the lake. I cannot be considered a true hero unless I defeat that monster. Just then, the villagers arrived at Kanakamui's house. Kanakamui had already prepared himself to battle the monster fish. "Kamui, will you do it?" Accompanied by the ecstatic villagers, Kanakamui hurried towards the lake. "Prepare the boat." "Alright," Samai couldn't help but shout, "Kanakamui, do your best. I'm sure you'll defeat Chirai." And so, with two sturdy young men by his side, Kanakamui set out onto the lake. The nighttime lake felt eerie. They remained vigilant, keenly observing every movement on the water's surface. "Alright, everyone, this should be a good spot. Stop the boat." Kanakamui instructed them to stop the boat near the center of the lake. The lake fell silent, devoid of any sound. An hour passed, then two. And then, what's that? The color of the water over there has changed. Has Chirai finally appeared? Chirai had finally emerged, and it began circling around the boat. To the right, turn right. Kanakamui and the others tried to maneuver the boat into a better position, following Chirai's movements. However, they quickly lost sight of their opponent. But then, Chirai attacked from behind the boat. In response, Kanakamui attempted to thrust his spear at Chirai, but it was deflected effortlessly. Darn it, get ready with the next spear. It'll attack again soon. This time, however, Chirai revealed its face from beneath the boat, causing it to be engulfed by the waves and capsized in an instant. And both Kanakamui and the other young men were thrown into the lake. "Ah, help me." Eventually, one of the young men managed to crawl back to the surface. From the depths of the lake, Kanakamui appeared, riding on Chirai's back. And Kanakamui aimed his iron spear at Chirai's head and thrust. "Ah, Kanakamui." Both Kanakamui and Chirai submerged into the lake, and neither of them resurfaced. The lone survivor who managed to reach the shore told the villagers everything he had witnessed. But whether Chirai and Kanakamui were alive or dead remained unknown. Uneasy days followed, but gradually the villagers began to forget about it and resumed their fishing. One day, Samai was practicing his spear technique, swinging it around. He was being watched by a small dog named Chibi. "Hiya, hiya, what do you think, Chibi?" "Woof, woof." Samai must have wished to become a hero like Kanakamui one day. Several months later, a large dead fish with an iron spear lodged in its head was found floating near the river where the lake water flowed. The villagers and Samai believed without a doubt that it belonged to the hero Kanakamui. From then on, there were no more sightings of the monstrous fish in the lake.